Greetings everyone, my name's Dom and welcome to my top 5 most anticipated games. Woo! Exciting. Yeah! Numero 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Snake! Snake! Snake!
Why is it number 5? Oh my god, you're such a noob. It should be number 1, you.
420 blazing faggots.
Yes, I know, I'm a terrible person for putting this in a list of games that I'm really hyped for. Chill the fuck out.
Do it!
The reason it's number 5 is due to my lack of knowledge in the franchise. I played the second one, couldn't see as it was dark, gave up, and went to bed. The graphics look awesome in this game, the gameplay seems sound, and you can get it for free with any 900 series graphics card right now, which I may or may not be getting. Yet. So let's talk about a bit of trivia. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is the latest installment in the Metal Gear franchise. Apparently it's supposed to be the last one in the series or something. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but the story evolves around 2 characters in which include this big boss man and a proper sick bloke called Solid Snake, because he's hard. Basically a bunch of guys get shot at, Snake kills some peeps, then he gets his sperm or something taken so some other peeps can make super hard peeps, and then a bunch of mumbo jumbo happens. You get put into a coma because your fucking smart ass friend here goes all jihadist on you and blows herself up, which is hilarious because it wasn't her fault. You wake up in a coma, and then that's when this game begins. Hip hip hooray, another Metal Gear. Ah, money. The game's pretty big, measuring 24 square kilometers of open world goodness. It has camps similar to Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 3, animals that can eat the shit out of you and also follow you in your travels. It features a nice weather system and day and night cycle too, which obviously is seamless. Either way, Metal Gear Solid 5 looks like a solid game and hours, probably days of fun just playing the campaign. I can't wait, and it finds its nice seat at number 5. Numero 4, Star Citizen. If you didn't know already, Star Citizen is looking to be not only the nicest looking game of all time, but also the biggest, most ambitious game of all time too. Like seriously, this game is massive. Or, will be anyway, once it's done. Picture yourself sitting down at your desk, switching on your shitty PC, loading up Star Citizen, only to cry because you can't run it, but at least you can get a slideshow of what it looks like if you had some fucking money. Okay, seriously now, you load up the game on a good PC this time, you spawn in your hangar, and you saunter around your fierce collection of ships, some scarred by the terrors of space, and others stained by, well, let's not get into that. But you find your fastest, largest ship, you climb into it, gallantly. You join your crew members who have already scrubbed and cleaned your ship, like you ordered them to. You take your place at the helm of this mighty ship, standard protocol flashes past your curious mind, and you start the takeoff sequence. Thrusters kick in, your ship lifts above the pad, and you set out towards the stratosphere, then to the atmosphere, then into the deep, dark void in which we call space. You're joined by your friends in similar ships, and you go out into the universe. Some unexplored, some overpopulated. You trade, you battle, you conquer. And hey, if you want to go solo then you can. Become a pirate and hold up ships for their cargo, settle on a planet and buy a house, start a business, only to go shooting out to the stars once more, and start your story again. In Star Citizen, your options are basically limitless as to what you can do, but the reason it gets number 4 is due to it being somewhat old news now. I've been hyped for this game for years now. The campaign should have released next year though, so this pretty looking PC exclusive pushes its way to number 4. Numero 3, Mirror's Edge baby, that's right, the first person lady badass Faith is back for another spin, and if the gameplay is just as fancy as the graphics, then we're all in for a treat, aren't we? So Mirror's Edge is an upcoming fast-paced first-person parkour action-adventure game, and it's a sequel to 2008's Mirror's Edge, except this time, the game evolves around Faith's past. This is a sort of obvious in the initial trailer as it shows the protagonist getting her tattoos that we see in the first game. It's set in a place called the City of Glass, which normal way of life has been corrupted by the very people that are trying to hunt her down and kill you, basically. You traverse an open world city environment and outmaneuver your enemies in the coolest of ways imaginable. The game currently does not have information about it, but will be released late February next year. And with a couple karate kicks and a Mr. Miyagi, this game backflips its way to number 3. Numero 2. Da 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 da. Hey, would you look at that? This time it was Star Wars. Star Wars Battlefront 3, to be precise, you slaggedy flanges. And me being a fan of the first and second, playing it religiously as a kid, you can imagine my excitement when I heard about Star Wars Battlefront 3. But that was solemnly put to an end when I heard that Disney bought the rights to it, and so they stopped production on all games. Thankfully, DICE, the best developers in the world ever, who have the best track record ever when it comes to launching games, have taken the helm. Although, don't be upset, what happened with Battlefield 4 was EA's fault, as they pressed the release to compete with COD Ghosts. Way to go, EA. Way to go. This new Battlefront is entirely multiplayer, so you cannot play the campaign like you could in previous games. Even though it wasn't really a campaign, it was exactly the same as multiplayer, and still people are getting pissed because it's not labelled campaign, despite having the same amount of content. Ugh. You know, let's just get on with it. There is an offline mode with local play and co-op missions and bots in the multiplayer maps, but no, people are still pissed that there's no campaign. Get over yourselves, you silly sod. Sorry, it's stupid, okay? Anyway, this game uses this new fancy graphics technique where they take super high-res photos instead of drawing textures, then tessellating them, which is why it looks so damn nice, and the consoles can still run it at a very respectable 60 FPS. Why hasn't this done before? Well, it's a new technology and it's extremely expensive, but EA is one of the highest grossing publishers there is, I think they're number 4 actually, which is also the reason for the huge amount of hype they're building up. Which is why I haven't really put it to number 1, because no game is ever as good as it's hyped to be. Except maybe Star Citizen, because when they release the game fully, it will have everything they will say it will have, because they release everything step by step like a checklist, until it's actually reached completion. I'm rambling. Battlefront looks like a cool game, but everything I've seen from YouTubers' reviews point towards not what it shows in advertising. But either way, I'm picking up this game and I will be covering it head to toes, so this little baby blasts its way to number 2. Before we go ahead to numero uno, I just do an honorable mention. Notice me watch mojo.com. Anyway, honorable mention goes to Rainbow Six Siege. I've actually got a key for this beta, so that's another thing I'll be covering besides my mass numero uno, Fallout 4. So, here we are, the end of the track, a series I've been a great fan of since the release of Fallout 3 back in 2008, and then Fallout New Vegas back in 2010. Fallout 4 has finally come about. Something I find hilarious was this guy built this website a couple years after the release of Fallout New Vegas, which sole reason was to count down to the supposed announcement of Fallout 4. The timer kept ticking for about 2 years, and when it finally neared the end with millions of shares, retweets, and discussion over the internet, it turned out it was just a massive troll. It counted down to nothing. Literally counted down to a load of troll faces and memes. It was hilarious to see how pissed everyone got about it. Literally, it was so funny. Anyway, so Fallout 4 is a little bit different this time around, packing a ton of new features like a voice protagonist, fully customizable weapons, a cool town that you can like set up and watch people populate and earn money by investing in defenses, shops and other stuff for your town, and then becoming like the Godfather and something and then saying everything is called Sicily. Okay, maybe not that far, but it's still going to be pretty awesome. I'm just thinking about Mafia 3 because that got announced, didn't it? Like Mirror's Edge, not much has been really revealed about this game, but with that E3 conference, unbeatable lore, mod support and story, this game finds its place atop the mighty throne with number 1. Well, that about does it. In summary, at number 5 we have Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, at number 4 we had Star Citizen, at number 3 we had Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and our penultimate game was Star Wars Battlefront 3, and finally, my most anticipated game was Fallout motherfucking 4. I'm hyped for all these games and we'll be getting them all. Don't pre-order though. It's a silly thing to do. Thank you so much guys for watching this top 5 video. Any requests would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, then do show your appreciation by tapping that like button. My name's Dom and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.